Oh, there it is. That's the same mass. That's... Oh, maybe not.
Oh, it's a hybrid? Oh, that's a good one. Can't keep them though.
No, you're not a keeper.
Now that one I want to keep for video though, because that was pretty good. Clint, talk to me.
Hybrid, 50 foot of water.
And you were complaining about how deep we were?
Yeah. I don't know why we're fishing 50 foot of water in May.
I don't know
It's
either.
not December anymore.
All right. Hey guys, yeah, that's right. We're sitting in 50 feet of water at Belton Lake today. It's mid-May 2020, post-cold front day, 72 degree surface temperature. We're able to thump them in today, but as you'll see in the video, it's really hard, even though you got them thumped in, to get them to bite. Well, let me rewind about 5 minutes. If you look at the clock on the Garmin there, you'll see when we found this spot, we did see some fish swimming around and some bait. So I just went ahead and just turned on the thumper. You can see nothing really happening right now, and I'll just fast forward a minute at a time to give you an idea of what that thumper is doing to bring them in. So here we are, about a minute into it, still nothing happening. Some fish are coming around, but just be patient and wait a few minutes. Usually about 4 to 5 minutes they start coming around. I'm just sitting here spot locked and thumping. Here we are, the second minute into it. You can still see not much happening still thumping and just sitting here being patient. At about minute 3, you start seeing some fish coming underneath the thumper. The thumper is the back of the boat and the transducer in the front. The boat's about a 20-foot boat, so you kind of see some activity there. Still nothing spectacular at this point. Now 3.5 minutes into it, you start seeing some activity now. Look at them start getting thick. But you can see here, very frustrating to see all that fish and be fishing and catching none of them because it is a post-cold front day. Very tough bite today. During a tough bite, you got to really watch your live scopes. You can see we're trying different techniques, different cadence, different speed, different lures, and just seeing the reaction. And once you start to see the reaction, you might be able to find a pattern in which they're hitting. But they'll follow it up, and you'll see there, they'll follow it up and come back down. They just are not committal. Sometimes they'll bump it, and they're just not hooking themselves like they normally are when they're aggressive. But continue to watch it, and just keep watching it. You'll hopefully get into at least a couple of those. So Clint figures out the right cadence in order to hook one. But we sat on top of this school for about 30 minutes with this kind of activity and only caught about 5 off of this school. Even more frustrating watching the live scope and seeing all that fish and nothing happening. But just as Yoga Bear once said, you can observe a lot just by watching. So we did learn a lot, even though we weren't catching fish. By seeing how they respond to our baits and the different kinds of baits and the different cadence and speeds, we're able to make some adjustments and pull off a few from this school that we otherwise wouldn't pull off. So look at the bigger fish up on the middle of the water column. Those are probably hybrids, whereas the ones at the bottom look like they're more like white bass. But again, thumping them in and catching them are 2 different things. So that's a lesson learned for you guys watching here. Just because you're showing a bunch of fish on the screen and you can thump them in does not mean you can catch them. Clint finally contributes. Oh, these are pretty good.
That's a nice size.
Yeah. You want to keep those?
Sandy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
it. If I go home without fish,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
be in trouble.
There you go.
Did he?
Yep. No, I think he was just crooked, but that's a keeper. Everything else is just babies. Well, Tim's on the board. I'm finally going to contribute to the boat. So I spent a lot of time just driving around, searching for structures, searching for fish. You can see here, I just use my live scope as a scanning tool, and I just scan until I see something like this. Look at that bridge. Really cool bridge with a lot of fish on top. Look at the fish on top of that. And the thing about it is, on the Navionics map, this bridge wasn't even on there. So just cruising around, you can see a pretty cool structure, and this was definitely marked. A lot of fish in there. Let's try to fish it. Look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, that's something. I wonder if that's a... Oh, yeah, I guarantee. Come out here with some worms.
Oh, yeah. And there's some big ones in there. I mean, there's a lot of big ones. Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt.
This is a great structure. As you can see, there's a lot of fish in there. We dropped our lures in there, different sizes, different colors, and weren't able to catch anything for about 5 to 10 minutes. And I finally did catch one of those, and it was a bluegill, a really small one. So, but you know what? We marked this on the GPS because this is going to be a fish holding structure all year long. You're talking about bass, you're talking crappie, bluegill, white bass, anything. Just a great structure. You just see all the fish swimming around inside that bridge, on top of it, on the other side of it.
Yeah, we're not exactly geared up for this.
It's a beautiful structure, though. I love that we found it.
Again, we weren't catching much out of this bridge, but sure was fun just sitting there watching all the fish swimming on the inside and all around it. So we just stayed here for a little bit longer, kept trying, see if we can find some crappie, but just didn't get any out of there. So
that little bitty jig's going to take this heavy line.
take a look at that ball of bait about halfway through the water column there. Just sitting there as a ball, and then you'll see something come through and just bust it up. Didn't see what busted it up, but after a little bit here, it just split up and pretty much disappeared on us. Are you kidding me? All that fish on that bridge, and we caught one fish out of there. Oh well, another frustrating day, post cold front, seeing all sorts of fish, and they're just not active today. Let's move.
I'll burn through my leader in one day.
I'm twisted. Boy, I got a fish. Yep, I got a fish. Thought I was twisted. It's a small one. Well, it wasn't that small. He just wasn't a fighter. Thought I was all twisted funny. 2 patches. No? That's one. That's sand bass. I'll take him. He's 12.
You. There you go. That was coming up. That's a bigger fish too. No, it's not. Yeah, a little.
Yeah, not bad. It's a 10 3/4.
He's much more aggressive. He's got that. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a hybrid.
Oh yeah.
That's a hybrid.
Okay, Clint's on.
Or a Gasper good.
All right, Clint. So just tell me what's our struggles today.
Well, it's post front, and so the bite's just been really slow and really light.
You need a net?
We've been out here.
Oh, that's a drum. Hybrid. Hybrid.
Back at it.
All right, cancel this interview.
What did they tell you? Was this good to eat?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's my fish. Here, let me reel him in. Let me reel him in. Oh yeah, another drum. There you go. Whoa, crappie.
Nice.
Big one too.
Nice crappie.
Wow. That's probably 13. Not 13. 13 and a half, baby.
Good out here.
Oh, we're taking. Uh-oh. How many of those have you caught today?
My limit for the year.
5. I think you're at 5 or 6.
Pretty sure that's the legal limit for the year.
Mm-hmm. You catch any more of that, you gotta get a special license. Well, considering it was the first time I'd actually fished that on my own with Clint, post cold front day, we caught just enough for dinner and kept 30. So it was a fun day though. Hope you enjoyed it.